Shifting clouds flow through gallant youth pursued.
We've been searching for days, Sora!
The shifting cloud is just ahead! Look!
Oh, that's no cloud! That's a sandstorm!
Thunder. I hear thunder. It's here! I know it!
I believe in the clouds.
I believe in the clouds. I believe in the clouds! Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
Shifting clouds flow through gallant youth pursued, bringing rainfall and thunder down. Flowers feed, sprouts fall, and ancient tree walls spreading green all.
See? There's our shifting cloud.
Africa. Are you ready? Tournament presented to you by Waylander Gaming and Carnage Network. Welcome to Ground Zero.
little bit disappointed in terms of wave clear ability. There's going to be the dive into the backline and Brivers fight to come out, but the time journeys into the mix here. There's everything set. There's an opportunity to lock onto the turret. It's a full team wipe. Oh my goodness.
Is charging up. Oh, he does get the Titanic charge. Oh my word. Traction Pulse was deadline. However, we do see the full barrage coming in from Jiren the Grey. He does pop the flicker. However, he will get taken down. Gigatron 5000 gets picked.
Be careful of. Gotta be patient. Diggy is in there. Diggy. Oh my goodness, there's the engagement area. It's a 2-for-0 exchange in the favor of Holski. They want to carry on. The time journey comes out just to get that little bit of extra shield. The dive is under the turret. And do they get the mono? Yes.
Shifting clouds flow through gallant youth pursuit.
We've been searching for days, Sora.
The shifting cloud is just ahead! Look!
Oh, that's no cloud. That's a sandstorm.
Thunder. I hear thunder. It's here. I know it.
I believe in the clouds.
I believe in the clouds. I believe in the clouds! Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
Shipping clouds flow through gallant youth pursuit, bringing rainfall and thunder down. Flower seeds sprout strong, and ancient tree blossoms spreading green.
See? There's our shifting cloud. Look.
Africa. Are you ready? tournament presented to you by Waylander Gaming and Carnage Network. Welcome to Ground Zero.
A little bit disappointed in terms of wave clear ability. There's going to be their dive into the backline and Bravest fight to come out, but the time journeys into the mix here. There's everything set. There's an opportunity to lock onto the turret. It's a full team wipe. Oh my goodness.
Is charging up. Oh, he does get the Titanic charge. Oh my word. Traction Pulse was deadland. However, we do see the full barrage coming in from Jaren the Grey. He does pop the flicker. However, he will get taken down. Kikatron 5000 gets picked.
Be careful of. Gotta be patient. Diggy is in there. Diggy. Oh my goodness, there's the engagement here. It's a 2-for-0 exchange in the favor of OTK. They want to carry on. The time journey comes out just to get that little bit of extra shield. The dive is under the turret. And do they get the mono? Yes.
Shifting clouds flow through gallant youth pursuit.
We've been searching for days, Sora.
The shifting cloud is just ahead! Look!
Oh, that's no cloud. That's a sandstorm.
Thunder. I hear thunder. It's here! I know it!
Got some pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night, underneath the dark skies. Forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start expiring. They're never tiring, no now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep working on their focus. They feel the temperature rise, now there is no place to hide. You better dig deep inside and find anything, everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, that dedicated to believe. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They're all gone now, so you better watch out. Reborn now, took a new form now. Straight beast underneath what you see. They gon' eat anything, everything, make them bleed, cut them deep. A villain origin story, tangled with glory, now it's looking stormy. Off in the distance, hear the roaring, thunder pouring, there ain't no ignoring. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 Got some pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night, underneath the dark skies. Forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start expiring. They're never tiring, no, now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep working on their focus. They feel the temperature rise, now there is no place to hide. You better dig deep inside and find anything, everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, dedicated to believe. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home. Not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told. Swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They're all gone now, so you better watch out. Reborn now, took a new form now. Straight beast underneath what you see. They gon' eat anything, everything, make them bleed, cut them deep. A villain origin story, tangled with glory. Now it's looking stormy. Off in the distance, hear the roaring, thunder pouring. There ain't no ignoring that they called home. Not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told. Swore they would feast one day on their bones. On to the streets that they called home. Not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told. Swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They took the form of a beast.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Waylander Gaming. Tonight we're doing Group D matches. Up first, we've got Absolute Province up against Geostorm. Just looking at the bands right before I introduce my one and only partner. It was it was Yuzong, if I can remember correctly. Xborg, and yeah, that disappeared. Too much chatting.
Yeah, it did disappear.
But anyway, as you can hear, Way is with me in the lobby. I hope you guys are entertained, and well, this is going to be a fun evening.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, Group D, one of the groups where we haven't featured much of the games up until the last day, but so save the best for last. And one of the squads here, Geostorm, this is the first time we have them on stream. So I'm quite excited to see what they bring to the table. Though there are some familiar names in the mix here from Super Mikey, Worse, Vigilante, Sensei, Rubrix. So it's names that we're familiar with in a new squad. So brand new packaging up against Absolute Province, who's been quite strong in the group stages so far.
Yeah, indeed. So, bro, just to reiterate the bands, it was Yuzong, Faza, Xborg, and Fredrin. Thank you, Blank, and thank you, what's this? Hyacinth. Anyway, we're good to go, and we will be starting the match now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button as we will be jumping into the first drafting scene of the evening. And as Way said, we're finishing off with the group stages tonight, and we're starting off with the playoffs this weekend. Bro, I know we've got some rocking teams for the knockout stages. But up first, we've got Thomas from Absolute Province banning out the Aemon.
If you cannot both.
Yeah, I think the positioning first and second for most of the groups have been set already, though this is one of the groups where it hasn't been set. I think first position, though, will be going to Renab Jutsu, having won 4 out of 4 matches, and this being their 5th. So, mathematically speaking, I don't think anybody can topple them off from first position. But second place is certainly up for grabs.
Well, bro, looking at the scores right now, it is currently Perpetual Aces that's in the second place, right? And we are going to stream their match against Nabjutsu up next, bro. So it is very important for them to actually not lose, because if Geostorm or Absolute Province wins this match, right, they've got the potential to take over the second spot and sneak it away from Perpetual Aces.
Yeah, exactly. It's very tight for that second spot. There's quite a few teams that can take that and then move through to the next round, which is going to be tomorrow. You know, the action it's going to continue nonstop. Bob the Builder, I think, very appropriately picked up a grok.
Yeah, indeed so, bro. And I mean, you've got your favorite name, Royal Chicken from Absolute Province, bro. But looking at Wiz picks up Lunox, and it's been a trend, bro. Lunox has been getting a lot of playtime, shall we say, screen time, as Vigilant does pick up the Alice.
Or death.
Yeah. Now, those are 2 very strong picks coming through from Geostorm. Alice is a hero that doesn't have to worry about being locked down by Grok's wall. For an Alice, that's just not going to pose a problem, that teleportation ability. Right now, Alice is proving to me maybe the best initiator in all of MLBB.
Your team is picking.
Indeed so, bro. I mean, yeah, but Blank picking up Ruby, Thomas goes with the Lancelot, and Super Mickey picks up the Minnow. So, bro, this is looking like a super tanky lineup coming in from the side of Absolute Province, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. Which plays very much into the hands of a Lunox, because she's that HP eater. It's the reason she's back in the meta once more, simply due to the fact that we are in such a heavy sustain meta at this moment in time.
Yeah, bro, just looking at that Angela ban, right? I can't believe I missed it, right? Angela should have actually been picked up instead of the Minotaur, because that Angela goes so well with the Alice. But yeah, nonetheless, look, maybe Geostorm has got something else in plan for Absolute Province. But yeah, Sensei with the first pick, or the next pick for the side of Geostorm.
Yeah, they possibly were thinking that the one weakness you have with an Angela is in the early part of the game. If you get invaded, which is the style right now, a lot of teams are invading the small camps, especially that small, the little teddy bear next to the red buff. It's a target right now, and Angela is not really going to provide the jungler the defense that they need.
Yeah, bro. I mean, look. This honestly, bro, this is a difficult lineup to go against Absolute Province. So I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they've got that initiator, double re-initiators. Either way, however you want to look at it, bro, it's a really strong draft coming in from the side of Absolute Province, bro. It's going to be very difficult for Geostorm to, well, get onto the Cecilia, essentially. Because, I mean, it's either going to be the Ruby or the Lapu that's going to be running the back line with Cecilian.
Hayabusa is going to have to be very patient when engaging. Though when it comes to picks, like Geostorm's got quite a few meta picks in the mix here. They've picked up the CC, the Lunox, Alice, and Minotaur. Because Minotaur, strangely enough, has creeped his way back into, I would say,
or what a hero. lately, bro. I mean, look, we know Minotaur is not a tanky hero, but he's also not in full a support. But bro, it works. Honestly, it works. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are in
5 seconds till the enemy
Let's
reaches
go.
the battlefield. Smash them.
Yeah. So Grok throwing out that wall as per usual, just to try to delay the waves going through to each of the lanes, just to get that little bit of equilibrium established on your side. Because if you can make sure that the waves are not going to meet up evenly, dead center, what a huge difference that makes. I mean, the gold lane was the one that was really blocked off. It's going to give CC a very hard time. You're going to have to overextend to try to do this.
Yeah, well, bro, I wanted to ask you, like, looking at the gold lane matchup here, CC up against the Ruby, bro. Like, we know CC is super strong, and I see there's an individual saying CC is no longer meta, bro. I kind of have to disagree with that. CC is still meta. I mean, CC is ideally that pickle ban hero that you want in your lineup.
Yeah, see, it's her mobility and strength in the early game that keeps her there and thereabouts. Though it also comes down to execution. As you see here, Rubrik's just clearing wave, making the rotation, making sure that not losing too much of farm, but applying a certain degree of pressure. Wants to try to get the steal. He's going to get caught out here by the Grok and Ruby, but I mean that's the thing with the mobility from a CC. It just gets back to a bit of safety. But Grok could be walking into a bit of danger here. He's going to get scouted out. Mano throws out a little bit of a stun. But Geostorm not wanting to go fully into this, not wanting to commit too much resources, knowing that the first turtle of the game is up.
Yeah, bro. I mean, look, this first turtle is spawning up right now. And look, the later this game is going to go, Geostorm, I wouldn't suggest them going for a full team fight. With the amount of crowd control that Absolute Province has, they should be very careful. We do see Super Mickey taking a lot of damage. However, the same return onto Thomas from the Lunox.
Yo, there's Alice going in with the Throne of Ruin. Will we see the follow-up? Now it's going to be first blood going the way Royal from the Hayabusa. Wants to get a bit of poke damage. Wall is into the mix as well. Brilliant spawn from the Lunox. Dragged back. There's the Phantom Execution. Tectonic charge. Sets them up like it's a bowling alley. And it's Don something. What is that? The name disappeared, so...
Don Da Dom.
Don Da Dom. Knocking those Skittles down.
Yeah, bro, at the 4-minute mark, it's 5 kills in advantage for the side of Absolute Province, right? Also rocking that almost 4k, that's a 3.2k gold lead currently in favor of Absolute Province. And yeah, they've got an absolute fight team here, right? I mean, that Sanguine Claws from Cecilia, bro, just following up or just allowing that initiation is disgusting. Look at that, onto CC. The Iron Offender is into the mix as well, but Bob the Bull
coming through from Absolute Province at this moment at times as a Geostorm take a bit of a beating there in around the second turtle.
Yeah, I just lost connection there for a quick second. However, yeah.
For the teams to see who is it that's actually lagging here. Seems everybody's moving, but with okay.
Let me just get back into the stream, and we're good to go.
All right. So Geostorm in a lot of danger right now, though their composition has that potential to come online just a little bit later than you would like. But the potential is there. We've got Mano waiting for the Flask of Oasis. Alice needs a couple of items to come online. The same with the Lunox as well and the CC. So the option is there, the potential is there. Right? They just have to be patient enough not to overextend, not get picked off. They just need to be very, very careful at this stage, having gotten themselves into about a 4 or 5k deficit at this moment in time.
Yeah, it's a 5k deficit, bro. And this Grok is definitely hurting. I mean, there you see that jungle invade, bro. It's, yeah, Absolute Province is definitely cutting out all lifelines that Geostorm pretty much have at this moment.
Yeah, Lunox goes in with a brilliant swarm, but the tectonic charge timed beautifully from the Grok. Almano with the Minoan Fury just trying to CC everybody up, but the damage is not there. Hayabusa was all the way across the map as his team was dragged into that fight by Ruby with that armor fetid and just continuing dragging everybody into the mix. It's a full team wipe before the third turtle of the match. Are they going to really go for the turtle? Maybe take this opportunity to push?
No, bro, it seems like they're going for that turtle, bro. And I have to say, right, continuing off of last night's match, I mean, we did see Absolute Province presenting there, bro. And this Royal Chicken, bro, I'm going to have to agree with Trippy8781 in the chat there, bro. Royal Chicken is really an underrated XP player. We'll see how he fares up against the strongest team.
Well, that's assuming that they can get second place, Absolute Province, right? Because as we know, there's an actual battle for second place. With this particular match, they still have to win it. They've gotten themselves in a strong position, right? But it also depends on the results that go through in other matches. Right now, I think Absolute Province are going to be Nabjutsu fans for the next matchup. They're going to be like, okay, guys, if you can win this.
Indeed so, bro. Yeah, they're definitely Nabjutsu, like you mentioned, they need to win the next match onto Perpetual Aces, right? But we do have Perpetual Aces fans or team members here in the chat, so yeah, bro, literally, the next matchup is a do or die. Either, well, whoever wins here, bro.
Yeah. It was this, and Group B as well also has this very interesting end to the game, the final day of the group stages. Hayabusa throws out the quad shadows, just hoping to try to secure his buff, who dances away from Lapu, but could be caught out here in the midst of everything. There's a bravest fighter, godlike for Royal Chicken. The setup once more, Sanguine Claws dragging everybody back. The tectonic. Oh, I thought the tectonic charge was coming and the wall was there. There's the armor fended. Minoan Fury being used as a counter engage, but nothing to be done. The damage output right now is just too high from the side of
Absolute Province.
Absolute Province.
Yeah, bro. This is difficult, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, right? Let's just call it out there for the chat. The first one who dies from Absolute Province needs to be reported. Bro, this is currently a clean match. It's 18-0, 12k gold, just past the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, and first Lord of the game is up. All 3 holy shields are down. This is a winning angle if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, bro. Just looking at the items as well, this is a massive gap, bro. This is a massive gap.
The word perpetual cry means constant.
Everything and the stove too. Okay, yeah. Lapu is cooking everything and the stove too. Okay, it seems like they want the Sparpy's curse here onto Royal Chicken, bro.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to this early on to secure the win, granted, you're going to get your wave positioning on point, which they are setting up. I mean, they left the mid lane, they've cleared top and bot. They should expect a crash more or less at the same time. The Lord just being a little bit slow to get through here. CC wants to disrupt this, doesn't want the wave equilibrium to be perfect. You could go for a sacrifice to win. The option is there. Lord will be crashing in right now, and if you focus, and even if you sacrifice a player, with the Lord marching through, it's going to be very difficult for the Storm to defend. The Minoan Fury comes out, Throne of Ruin was in setup, sort of backline in there. The waves are now slowly crashing in. All three tier 3 turrets have been taken down. The Lord is still at half health, so that winning angle is still there. Ruby with the armor fended. Thorn Rose come out. They managed to get one. It's a legendary for the Lobber. He's going to get caught out under the base, and he is the first kill. Scorpius Curse still works as the option to lock onto the base is there. Tectonic charge into the mix. Shadow kill comes out, but I think this might be a little bit too late with the armor fender dragging everybody back, and that's game, set, match going the way of Absolute Province.
Yeah, GG's well played, bro. GG's well played. I'm sorry, Royal Chicken. It's not me. Blame it on the viewers, bro. They called for the Scorpius Curse. But yeah, Ruby, blank 123. Once again picking up the MVP for Absolute Province. But in my opinion, right, this Lapu Ruby combo was deadly, bro. But well deserved for the Ruby. But no MVP for the side of Geostorm. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go for the next match. As you know, Absolute Province, they need Nabjitsu to win this next match to go through. But yeah, let's see. Maybe the scoring is a little bit behind. I don't know. But let's see how this one is going to play out. This is literally going to be a nail-biter match,
the
bro.
Night Palace,
I feel Group
for its
D was
secrets
definitely
are
the
too
match to
great for you
stream
to
tonight,
bear.
or the matches to stream tonight, bro.
Yeah, it's not often we get to the final day where things are this tightly contested. I mean, you look at Group A, you look at Group C, it's pretty much sorted out. Like in Group C, it's Rital Sons and
My kingdom
Saint
is one where
Dynasty.
death and
That
discord
should be
are
going
craved
through
into
first and
flesh
second
and
position
bone.
for that Group C. Group A, we had OTK with the very, very strong performances as well. So those groups are more or less finalized. Group B, to a certain degree, is similar to Group
D, yeah.
T.
Yeah, Merciless Freaks, MCF, they're definitely going through, like a Nabjitsu. It's Noxacu and Friction are fighting it out tonight for the second place. So yeah, it's Ritalin Sons is going to face off against MCF in the knockout stages, and Saint Dynasty is either going to face off against Noxacu and Friction, and yeah, it's going to be Nabjitsu up against OTK. And well, the second place of Group D will be going off to face against Equinox.
I don't know. Wouldn't it be the other way around? Because it's A versus C, B versus D. That was what we put in the rule book.
Let me just quickly check.
Because I was checking it myself because I was asked the question, who are we going to be facing in the next round? And I'm like, I don't know. The groups are not set yet.
It's A against D, B against C. My bad. My bad. All right, let me just quickly run through that again. Sorry for the misinformation there. So it's going to be Saint Dynasty either up against Noxacu or Friction. Ritalin Sons up against MCF. And then it's going to be Nabjitsu up against OTK and Equinox up against either, well, Absolute Province or Perpetual Aces, depending on the outcome of the next match.
Well, we'll get to see what happens with the drafting of the game very, very soon. I think the teams, are they ready yet? Oh, I know we're a few minutes early before the match is supposed to actually start.
I do see that the refs are busy with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pop up the pause screen. You can see the playoffs bracket in the pause screen. It will be there, so you can just have a look-see at it. We will be back with you in just a jiffy.
pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night underneath the dark skies, forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start expiring. They're never tiring, no, now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, dedicated to believe. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They're all gone now, so you better watch out. Reborn now, took a new form now. Straight beast underneath what you see. They gon' eat anything, everything, make them bleed, cut them deep. A villain origin story, tangled with glory, now it's looking stormy. Off in the distance, hear the roaring, thunder pouring, there ain't no ignoring. That they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 some pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night, underneath the dark skies. Forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start expiring. They're never tiring, no, now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep working on their focus. They feel the temperature rise, now there is no place to hide. You better dig deep inside and find anything, everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, dedicated to believe. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told. Swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Like I promised, it would just take a jiffy. And I know some of you want to watch other matches, but we are streaming Group D this time around because there were teams in the Group D that we haven't featured on any of the streams. So all of the teams actually deserved some screen time, and well, that's why we are here in Group D. Oh wait, thank you for the poll, bro. Sometimes I forget about that because my mind is still reminiscing about our gaming session that we had today. Speaking of which, right, we've mentioned this in the previous match. Obviously, for Perpetual Aces to stay in the second spot, they need to win this, right? Or, well, if Absolute Province wants to go through, Renab Jitsu needs to win this. Obviously, there will be a tiebreaker, so we just need to go and review how the tiebreakers is going to win, because I was looking at the scoring. That would mean both teams would sit with the same amount of losses, etc. So we would need to go and look at the kill percentages, etc., etc., etc. But that's finer details that we need to sort out later, depending on what happens with this match. So this match is very important for, well, two teams, and that's Perpetual Aces and Absolute Province.
Yeah, and also the team that will be going through, there'll be other squads looking at this and saying, okay, which of the two are we going to be facing? You know, once you know what, because I mean, the rest of the teams, once the results are released, everyone will know where they stand or where everybody stands. But teams competing in a particular group will be able to do quick mental arithmetic to tell where they're going to finish off, and they'll be looking at, like, so Group B would be looking here at Group D to find out who they're going to be up against. So it's the place for the second spot. I think it's Group B. It's MCF who topped the group.
Yes,
for Group B.
Definitely. Just before we continue our chat, the lobby bands being Kagura, Faza, Alice, and Grok. So start, please. But yeah, bro. I mean, look, it is MCF going to face off against what was it now? Rital and Sons, right? Yeah. Yeah.
MCF will face whoever's going to be second here.
Oh yeah.
So either Perpetual Aces or Absolute Province.
They call me a hero.
You can realize my brain is on holiday, right? CC and YSS being the first band for both teams.
Chivalry is dead.
Your
I will
team is
revive
banning.
it.
Interesting band coming through.
Yeah, bro. Maybe the Clint is a respect band. Maybe the teams did their homework, and obviously we would expect a Lapu Lapu band coming in, bro. We did see what a Lapu Lapu can do, and Lapu has been receiving a lot of respect, bro.
Yeah, the Clint band is definitely a respect band. These are two teams that like to 5-man rank, so they would have come across each other quite often.
Your team is picking.
Merlin picking up Gatta Gacha, first pick. Since when does Merlin roam, bro?
Well, been some changes evidently in terms of who's playing what, when, and how. I was told that I must also watch and see what is happening in terms of the draft, the style of play, etc. So I'm quite interested to see. But I will say Gatto as a first pick. Even the pro teams are looking at Gatto as a first pick as like a must pick, a prio pick.
Yeah, look, bro, I'm going to agree. Gato is super strong early game and should be respected. But looking at Perpetual Aces, right? Picking up Camilla and the Tharmus, right? Camilla is very good when it comes to team fights and Tharmus, bro. Ever since his slight rework, or well, his skills rework, he's been different, bro. He's been different. He can be annoying, but yeah. Renab Jitsu picking up Zushin and Yu Zong.
Yeah, he's quite good at dealing with healing compositions because he can dish out that continuous damage as well as the true damage in his ultimate form. So that's always a plus when you're up against a Yuzong and a Gatto. But the side of Perpetual Aces, they're going to have to be very careful with their backline because you've got a Gatto, you've got a Yuzong, right? Can you think of two better heroes for diving backline?
No, bro. I can't think of any better, bro. This is a good backline dive. Yeah, bro. You can jump straight into it. It's not like the likes of a CC or like a Lapu Lapu that you need to get past the front line or flank the front line to jump onto the back line. They're straight jumpers, bro. There's like you mentioned, no better backline divers than these.
Yeah. And the control coming through with Zushin for the front line as well. Camilla and Tharmus are not going to be able to just do whatever they feel like with the Zushin pick in here.
Ideally,
neither will anyone for that matter.
Yeah, bro. I was thinking the same thing. Look, this is going to be difficult because looking at the combination, right? Perpetual Aces, they would need to look at focusing, taking out the Zushin first. That would be the key play here. But picking up Exia, right? Exia and Camilla, they combine well. They combine very well. But yeah, it's a problem. It's they're picking the right lineup for the backline divers. If I'm putting it like that.
Yeah, and the mage pick is still to come as well. If they go for the Xborg can be used fairly effectively on the gold lane up against the Ixia. He just has to position well, use the bushes to their advantage. But it's another one that can deal with the aim on the Ixia. It's because like when you hit that last insanity, it's not like anything can slow you down. The Suyu pick into the mix here is just to provide that early game damage. But the weakness I would say with the Suyu into the lineup that they're facing is that you've got Amon that's going to be dishing out this magic damage, and Suyu's not as strong as he used to be, defensively speaking, up against magic damage.
No, he received that nerve, especially against the magic damage, bro. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Perpetual Aces, they've got a good draft, but they need to, well, for the Perpetual Aces, positioning is going to be the key point for them if they want to get the upper hand against Renab Jutsu. Renab Jutsu, in my opinion, they've got a very aggressive lineup, and they will be looking at trying to finish this early. The longer this goes, it's going to be more in favor of Perpetual Aces, in my opinion.
Very, very much so. Whereas, as you said, Perpetual Aces, the patience has to be there. They're going to have to only try to engage, not get around the team fight positionings, like around turtles, around lords. They do not need to be baited into any overextensions. They've got to be waiting for the power spikes that come through Camilla's level 4. The same with Xavier when he gets his items online, Ixia as well. They can melt through the front line, and I think Ixia in this case is going to have to go for that Holy Trinity build.
5 seconds till the enemy
she is going to have to, bro, especially with this tanky lineup that Renab has got, bro. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the matchup between Renab Jutsu and Perpetual Aces. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's go!
Yeah. So Big Spender already trying to give that little bit of vision, wants to cause some consternation here in the jungle for General actually, what is this? How do you pronounce this name now?
Walsh. Us?
Huswash.
Walsh. Yeah, it's a Bleach character, bro. It's Ishigo's the father.
Oh, that's his name. Interesting. Oh, there's the engagement here in the mid lane. Revitalize comes out from Mullen. Takes a lot of turret damage. Has to reposition. But with the waves being more or less even, it looks like that aggressive style that you were talking about. Keep the wave pressure in one direction. Go for the mini jungle invades in the other.
Yeah, bro. Look, we've been seeing this play. And this aggression play, a lot of teams don't know how to deal with it, if I'm being honest, bro. It's, yeah, I don't want to mention names, but yeah, let's not go there, bro. But yeah, looking at the theme of, well, this week's group stages topics, we've been talking a lot of anime.
Yes, yeah, true. Very true. You know, just considering this early game pressured start here from Renab Jutsu, Saint Dynasty is the one team in the South African server who's sort of mastered this early game pressure. They've been doing it better than anybody else.
Yeah, bro. I can't agree with you. I disagree with you there. Yeah, both teams are pretty much feeling out one another at this moment. No first blood yet. Who do you think is going to be the first blood?
Well, if things stay the way they are right now, this is a little bit in favor of Perpetual Aces. They're using this patience game from this. Oh, but there's a use on Black Dragon. Film does come out. He gets the passive offer to the A1, who has to retreat, and they go in for a nice invade. The lift off is here onto Camilla. Camilla's not quite that level 4. The Petrify comes in, and it's going to be Alvi picking up the first blood for the side of Renab Jutsu. They had to force the play. You can't wait that patiently, and saying they need to force the play. They go in there and Hashwa stealing, I'm saying stealing, right? Just securing the objective.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, Ayman gets the kill onto Sui. Oh, I have a Big Spender. Needs to be careful here. He's taking a lot of damage. Oh, we do see the full barrage coming in from Exia. That Cursed Blood would have been beautiful right now.
Yeah. So, Jutsu went for ultra aggressive and got caught out by that endless shards. This is what we were saying about the Suyu. His one weakness at this moment in time is the magic damage. So, Salt showing that even though he's 2 levels behind in terms of farm, the endless shards can still dish it out to a Suyu.
Yeah, indeed so, bro. And I mean, depending on what he's going to build on his first item, I would go for that, what's that item? That extra magic damage item on the Amen. I would definitely, yes. I would definitely go for that first, to get that upper hand against the Suyu, especially with this jungle invade that, well, General Chow is doing.
Yeah, they have to, right? Because as we know, the power spike, the late game power spike, is in the favor of Perpetual Aces. So if you're the side of Renab Jutsu, you're going to have to construct your gameplay around these aggressive rotations. So that means, and as you can see this already, the side laners for Renab Jutsu are doing what they are currently doing, which is clearing wave, getting into position very early. They're almost scouting out, but you've got LV in a wonderful position here. Suyu secures that objective. They are trading a little bit off in terms of farm. Are they going to go for the turret dive here? They have the potential to do that. There's the last insanity coming through as they manage to just take out Big Spender in the mid lane. It's going to be a trade-off game. They allowed Ixia to get a decent amount of farm, but a chunk of change from that gold lane turret. But Toxic Nemesis has to be careful. Ixia is not the highest mobility marksman in the world.
I like calling her the support marksman, bro, because that's exactly what she is. She needs beautiful positioning and just catch you out from a support position. But yeah, Mobile Legends Enthusiast 12, to answer your question, I don't know what happened with the other matches. All I can tell you is Absolute Province did win the match against Geostorm. However, X4 gets another kill onto Carmilla, and a big Toxic Nemesis will fall as well to Colin Ackerman.
Yeah, and lovely wraparound play there. Started off by Merlin on that Yasso, whereas A1 could be in a bit of hot water here. He's getting engaged upon by Alfie. He does have, or doesn't have, the Black Dragon form. They're going to chase him down. Salt used that opportunity to steal one of the objectives. Thalmos manages to get a kill, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Ashrath trying to chase down Salt here, who's managed to reposition the safety of the tier 1 turret. A1 is quite a slippery customer, slippery eel.
Yeah, bro. That was some nice plays from Salt there, trying to escape it. But the credit needs to go to iKill Ghost. He did come in and provide that distraction for the Aemon to escape it. Because, look, you don't want the jungler down at the next objective. And it's the third and final turtle up in the next 5 seconds.
Yes, it is. It is. There's a bit of a skirmish going on in the jungle of Perpetual Aces. Where Renab Jutsu are engaging into the Thalmos here. He's in a 2v1 situation. He's turning around to try to dish out the damage, but the burst is in there as they secure the kill in the bot lane. But this is Zushin. Colin here with the displacements has been so annoying. They finally managed to take down that Xbox, but there's the Black Dragon form. The Petrify should come out. Zushin with the Crimson Lantern secures the kill. Meanwhile, General Tron trying to chase down Evander. And not being able to be like Holyfield there, Bob and Weave took an arrow shot to the head.
I was wondering how long that one is going to come. Wondering how many people in the chat actually knows who's Evander Holyfield. However, we do see the engagement onto Toxic Nemesis again from the Yuzong, and that's that backline dive as we do see Salt gets the shutdown kill onto Yuzong.
These shutdown kills good to keep Perpetual Aces a little bit in the game here. Nice positioning from Salt. He's waiting for Zushin. Zushin's gonna walk out into the danger territory. He's gonna get caught out. No reason for the endless shot. Suyu is also in a little bit of hot water here as A1 wants to try to turn on dish the damage. Evander with that first skill, second skill coming out, or combination coming out, but doesn't manage to catch the Suyu. There's the jungle invade is going on. There's the Avatar of God. He doesn't manage to catch onto anybody, but the taunt is there onto A1 for the follow-up on point as they nail 1, 2, 3. Like Skittles being knocked down, it's going to be Toxic Nemesis throwing out that full barrage, a bit defensively there. But this is going to give opportunity for those holy shields to come down. But oh my goodness, Thalmos, he's really dishing it out here. He's really starting to hurt. Zushin wants to force him back. He pops the ultimate and gets back to safety himself.
Yeah, bro. Looking at this matchup right now, Perpetual Aces, they need to wait for the waves to come in, bro. They need to stack up on the gold. They shouldn't leave the base right now. There's no point for them leaving it. They should allow the slow push to come in and get that gold.
Yeah. Once more, Aemon trying to get the farm going, and Renab Jutsu, they're just hunting him down across the jungle. Exactly as you said, you got to wait for the waves to come crashing in, right? Granted, in between one wave and or at least one lord and the next, we wouldn't really expect Renab Jutsu to be pushing the lanes in. We expect them to freeze to try to force Perpetual Aces out of the base, but right now it is lord time, so you expect the waves to come through.
Yeah, bro, and this is where Microplay comes in and plays a massive key role in the matchup. Bro. But yeah, 9.5 minute mark, the first Lord of the match has spawned up. It's a 10 kills advantage in favor of Renab Jutsu, as well as a 8k gold, 8.4k.
Yeah, see, with the Holy Shields being up, if you were the side of Perpetual Aces, when that early waves were crashing through, what you would have liked to have done is frozen those waves a bit closer to your base. It gives you the opportunity to disrupt wave equilibrium, or just to make sure that it's not going to be even. And then we still have the Holy Shields as defense. Oh, there's going to be Toxic Nemesis taken down. The Lord makes its way up the mid lane, but won't be there for long, as we'll see this Holy Shield do what it does best. It's just, whoa, look at how much of a health is gone from the Lord.
Bro, that's definitely. Yeah, Perpetual Aces definitely indeed are being able to steer, or at least they steer 3 turrets. However, it's not over yet. We do see the Black Dragon fall, gets committed from Alvi. However, X4 gets the kill, and that's the kill coming in from Lucian onto the Barbel. It is currently a 2-for-1 exchange. The full barrage into the backside. Ho ho ho! Shutdown kill coming in from Toxic Nemesis.
Yeah, but with that, the second waves are pushing through as the mid lane has been opened up. You're just trying to get as much damage as you can. Ixia will try to hopefully launch a defense, but no! Ashworth manages to secure another tier 3 turret in favor of Mlbb as they get themselves set. And for this next Lord, they've got a minute and a half to go before that Lord comes up. So now it's a question of trying to drag Perpetual Aces out of the base, and Perpetual Aces trying to get as much farm as they possibly can without being dragged out of the base.
Yeah, well, this is the moment, right? We need to focus on giving the gold to the Exia, essentially the Xavier as well, because I mean, we know Xavier can deal a lot of damage. But yeah, bro, it seems like Perpetual Aces is just getting, they're falling for that trap from Renatched at this moment.
Yeah, it's but also at the same time, they have the waves pushed in quite a bit, considering there's still 40 seconds to go for this Lord. And unless they, with these backline divers of Yuzong and Gato, they plan on just catching them in the in the middle of no man's land, in between the turrets.
Especially because Gato, well, they can actually split up in the 2 jungles, because Gato can launch that AOG to get on, and well, you've also got that Black Dragon form to also cross the mid lane. But yeah, 8 minutes, or 8 seconds, 8 minutes, 5 seconds away from the next order of the match. Camilla, Big Spender Merlin, deep staring into one another's eyes there.
Yeah, that was a very touching moment between them and the Romas in the jungle. It's good to see that not all love is lost in this game.
Indeed so, bro. Indeed so. Merlin does get stunned up by Exia's second skill. Yeah, look, you don't want to fight this against Suyu, because look, General Chao has been level 15 since the 10-minute mark. You don't want to 1v1 him. He's literally gapping everyone with the levels right now.
Yeah. It's very, very early level 15. And I mean, you're like almost complete. Yeah, you're almost completed with your last item.
Alright, second Lord of the match will be going into that base. We do see the AOG gets committed, lands onto nobody. Merlin gets stunned up, and it's ready. Renatched is ready to go. It seems like they want to go for this. But the full barrage comes in from Exia. Is the damage there? No, sir. The Black Dragon form has been committed, and it's onto the back line. Suyu does secure the Exia. And ladies and gentlemen, Renatched takes this match in, well, a very dominant fashion. So, that means we need to go and look at the tiebreaker between the Absolute Province and the Perpetual Aces.
Oh, most definitely. Because right now we're going to have to do some calculations here as to find out. Because I can't even tell you myself. Mobile Legends Enthusiast 12, right? You're raising a very interesting point. We should actually get, in future, Scorpio, maybe we'll have like someone just post the results in the live chat and we can pin it. The next time we have to do these group stages and we're doing multiple games at once, because we're not going to feature every game in the group stages, and people will want to know what the results are for their respective teams that we're playing. So I think maybe in future, obviously we can't do that today or in the rest of this tournament, because every other game is going to be streamed. But I think definitely for the future.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, that's a very very good idea. I have to like it. General Chow picking up MVP with the Suyu 6-1-7. That's yo, bro. Look at that. He gapped his own team with the gold as well. So yeah, GG's well played.
Yeah, very strong performance coming through from Renam Jutsu. Well, I think Perpetual Aces would be very, very happy about that, celebrating, so that they have a mathematical chance of going through. It's going to be between Absolute Province and Perpetual Aces who's going to be taking that particular spot. So well played to both teams in this matchup. And Moskapi, we know the Madagascan teams were having some lag issues. Are we going to get the third game for the evening, or is that
No,
going to be...
we're going to have our third game.
Oh, interesting. That's really good. It's not often that the lag issues somehow seem to sort themselves out. Usually, the lag is never in our advantage.
Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have the full screen up for you in just a second or two as we jump into the next matchup.
Got some pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night, underneath the dark skies. Forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start expiring. They're never tiring, no, now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep working on their focus. They feel the temperature rise, now there is no place to hide. You better dig deep inside and find anything, everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, dedicated to believe.
Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They're all gone now, so you better watch out. Reborn now, took a new form now. Straight beast underneath what you see. They gon' eat anything, everything, make them bleed, cut them deep. A villain origin story, tangled with glory, now it's looking stormy. Off in the distance, hear the roaring, thunder pouring, there ain't no ignoring. Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They took the form of a beast.
Got some pain in their life, you can see it in their eyes. They're changing at night, underneath the dark skies. Forced to become something darker inside. You can feel the switch, feel the shift in the tide. They keep desiring something that's more inspiring. Their brains rewiring, old thoughts they start aspiring. They're never tiring, no, now they feel the fight in them. They feel the fire sweep, take over entirely. They feel it growing, it's showing the feelings. They keep overflowing, always stoking the fire. Adrenaline is overloading, hit the mat like a fighter. They never let up, never throwing, giving to their desires. No, they keep working on their focus. They feel the temperature rise, now there is no place to hide. You better dig deep inside and find anything, everything that you could ever need. Every breath that you breathe, dedicated to believe.
Streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. They took the form of a beast. 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 They're all gone now, so you better watch out. Reborn now, took a new form now. Straight beast underneath what you see. They gon' eat anything, everything, make them bleed, cut them deep. A villain origin story, tangled with glory, now it's looking stormy. Off in the distance, hear the roaring, thunder pouring, there ain't no ignoring. That they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would feast one day on their bones. Going to the streets that they called home, not for the weak, left out in the cold. Watched all the sheep do what they're told, swore they would.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the final match of the evening. It is the bands being Benedetta, YSS, Lance, and Kadita. Good luck and have fun to both teams. And let's go. Final match of, group stages, bro.
Yeah. Both these teams are playing for pride as it is the final game. It's the Royalties, the men's team, the Sirs team up against PCR in a final game of the group stage. Streams, I'll have the poll up for you in just a second.
There we go. Into the drafting scene we go. Tanuki with the first ban for the side of the Royalty.
All right, the poll is up and running. And the chess game shall begin, and it's an Amon ban. Well, we got to see how slippery a customer Amon can be in the previous match. And maybe the Royalty saw that as well, and they're like, no, we don't want to deal with this. We don't want to have to draft to counter an Amon.
Be the truth this world
Well,
desperately
bro,
needs.
I've just speaking about my solo queue ranking system right now. I don't play a specific role anymore. I just auto-fill. And when I do play jungle, if the Amon is open, I do play with them. But other than that, it's either Freya or Alice. But yeah, Amon is definitely a fun hero to play with. He does a lot of damage if you build him correctly. But yeah, Alice being the next ban coming in from the Royalty, and Yuzong being the first ban coming in from PCR.
Let's hear from the crowd.
Following it up with CC, so some very strong meta bans already. And as we've seen from Madagascan teams, they love the Camilla pick. They love playing and drafting around Camilla. They're very comfortable with that. So,
Is like blood. Your team is picking.
Allied. I think that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Picking up the Camilla.
Yeah, that's the captain for the royalty,
call
bro.
him,
He's
we'll call him
also
Al for short.
Al, or well, yeah, okay. Let's not call him on his real name on the stream because obviously we do know him personally. Big shout out to him though. Big shout out to him. Organizing all of our Madagascar tournaments that we've been featuring. Yeah, Grip Reaper at 18 picks up Grok and Kuro going with a Faza.
Popple and Koopa are the best partners in the world.
Tanuki with the Popple and Koopa pick. Popple and Koopa is one of the heroes that actually does combine with Camilla, though is easily dived upon. Flicker is a nice skill to have with the Popple and Koopa, but Popple and Koopa, bit tricky to mix into your lineup. Though I will say this, right? Those traps from Popple and Koopa make him very difficult to be ganked.
Yes, I wanted to add that, bro. However, the only time when I would pick up a Popple and Koopa so early on is if I'm facing against a Leslie in the gold lane. And bro, we need to highlight this Nathan, bro, or Nathan. This this MM is so broken lately, bro. We've been seeing a lot of him in the jungle. Believe it or not, we see him in jungle, and yeah, Nathan is doing really good, bro. He's I don't know what Mlbb did to him secretly, but he's been doing good. He's back into the scene. But Hayabusa and Suyu beat the final bans from both teams. T Merlin with the next pick. Will he pick up his jungle or will he swap with the Duke with the XP laner?
Well, Nathan, when he first was released, he was like an auto savage. I think I got a day one savage with him because if you can get that passive of his up, the attack speed is crazy, and then you just pop the entropy, and he's got like a little clone of himself, and it's so much damage so quickly.
But you see, this is where a lot of individuals have it so. When you're looking at the Nathan, right? He's got that skill bar. One gives him range and the other one gives him attack speed. You need to get that balance correctly. That's the only difficult part with him though. Once you figure out that mechanic on Nathan, he's super deadly, bro. Ghost picking up a Lapu and Evil Killer going with a Hanzo. T Merlin did pick up the Bucks here. What would you pick up against the Lapu in the XP lane if you were the Duke?
Right now, it's a bit difficult to say what you're gonna go for. The export could work, but they banned out most of the proper XP laners that you could want to pick up and play.
Indeed, so ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the final match of the evening's draft. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And Falcon GT22 being here for the entire stream. Thank you for having you here, bro. It's a pleasure seeing you there in the chat. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah, maybe the R-lot I would have said could have worked here as well. But Evil Killer with the Hanzo pick. I'm not a huge fan of Hanzo picks into the 5-man, but it actually works here because you got a Basha and a Grok and a Fasa, which means early game invades are possible. But how do you really early game invade a Hanzo? You can't really invade him. He eats everything.
He eats everything, bro. And now that you mentioned it, right? Hanzo is actually, if you're going for that full aggressive strategy, Hanzo is actually a good hero to pick up, especially with that full aggression. For that early game invades to starve out the enemy jungler. I don't think you even need to wait for your buffs to spawn up. You just need to go roam mage, go to the enemy jungle. But it can be risky though. It can be very risky.
It can. Very, very difficult to deal with Hanzo invades as well. Because Hanzo can use that ultimate of his. And this is the thing, right, about a Hanzo. Hanzo is never going to start an objective. He's never going to start a turtle. He's never going to start a lord. His ultimate form's going to run out way quicker than the Lord or Turtle's going to get taken down. He's always going to wait for somebody else to start it. But it gives him the opportunity to, while he's waiting for that dance to start, as his team is, getting the turtle set and reset, he can actually go in and steal somebody's buff and then use his ultimate to get it.
Yeah, indeed so. Yeah, looking at the jungle rotation from the Hanzo, bro, it's always so surprising. But look at Grip Reaper, bro, being super aggressive here in the Hanzo's jungle. Will we see the contest here? Heroes into the mix as well, but Grip Reaper, he needs to be careful. Camilla and Kagura is here. However, we do see T-Millen coming in. Oh, no successful invade. What are you doing?
Yeah,
What's your red buff?
Let's kick! Let's kick! Oh! Flame shot for the first blood! Oh my goodness! The chase is on. Grub Reaper is being eaten up. Hanzo, does he have his ultimate yet? No. He's gonna secure the litho. Even if he actually uses the 5 stacks for the litho, he can go and steal the red buff.
Yeah.
Let's see if he actually thinks about that as a strategy. No, he's not. I would have done it.
Well, he eats up the small creep.
Yeah, but still, if there was ever an opportunity, it's one of the things that you must be on the lookout for when you're a jungler is you always got to check around the 22-second mark, I think it is. You got to check the gold, and that tells you where the enemy jungler started, red buff, blue buff, and then from there you can make certain decisions a lot easier.
Now you've got a lot of the viewers scratching their heads right there, bro. Probably asking you the question, how do you differentiate with the gold knowing that they've started red or blue buff? However, before we jump into that, we do see the engagement at the first little of the Lord. Baxia is taking a lot of damage. The Tortoise Poussance has been committed. Hanzo gets taken down, but Camilla takes down the X-Borg in response. And oh my word, that flame shot coming in from Kagura.
This Kagura, bro. What else coming in there? First blood with the flame shot, then set up for the triple kill. Going in there, dashes underneath the turret, taking a little bit of damage here. And the feathered airstrike as the shutdown. And Hanzo still trying to melt this turtle down. It is quite low. He uses the retribution just on time. Has to escape the last insanity. It's going to be the cursed blood comes in at just the right time. Camilla kept herself alive just long enough to get the kill onto the X-Borg, and then Kagura, after that slight misplay, which is gonna say it was lag, but we know otherwise, manages to come back and clean up for the team.
Bro, this match is like it's a team brawl, bro. You can see it. It's only the gold laners that's not participating in this brawl matches. But the play is coming in here. It's crazy. We do see the feathered airstrike committed onto Camilla. However, the vengeance has been popped. We do see Hanzo coming in with his ultimate form there. However, Nathan does commit the Eclipse, what?
Entropy.
You can see I've never casted a match with him.
Yeah. I also, it took me a minute to remember what the name of his ultimate was. Like the same with Hanzo. I just like to call it the Blood Demon because I never remember the name.
That's crazy. Chat, can you quickly be our Wikipedia there and give us Hanzo's ultimate name, please? We would highly appreciate that. Or, well, Scarpy would highly appreciate that because Away's already got a name for him. Blood Demon.
Oh, can't get to the mix. The bird form being used by Foster just to escape. They do chase down the Grok. They do take down Kagura as well. Team securing a kill. But there's Hanzo. He's into the backline. He wants to try to eat something up. Lapu as well, diving into the bravest fighter. Hanzo being chased by the Basha. Meanwhile, Tanuki on this Popple and Koopa saying, yo, just in my Popple and Koopa on stream. Let me show you what I can do. Picking up a second solo kill here on the gold lane.
That beckons the question, is it positioning that's the problem here?
Well, it comes down to like the fact that Popple Koopa is a very strong laner. If you show yourself too much in lane, he's gonna poke you down ultra quick, and once he gets his ultimate, it's very difficult. There's the engagement in here. Bravest Fighter comes out. Hanzo is there with the follow-up. Last Insanity being used by Xbox just for a bit of counterplay. But there's just way too much damage being dealt here from the side of the Royalty. The stun comes in there. Rafu diving in underneath the turret. They're going in fearlessly. Tyrant, he went a little bit greedily there, I will say. As Fury trying to dish out the damage onto Ghost. Does not have entropy available. He does sidestep, however, the Bravest Fighter, but not the second stage of it. Now the entropy is in. Into the side. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that Nathan is swearing Grip Reaper right now, bro. He was stunned up by that Bravest Fighter. And well, guess what? Knock knock on Grok's wall. Got you, Fate.
Yeah. And with this mid lane turret has now been opened up, should be taken down as Brasha and Grok are trying to get something done. Oh, what a tectonic charge coming in, but the counterplay with the Cursed Blood as the damage output. However, X-Borg is trying to chase everybody down, gets the shutdown onto Tanuki. This is going to give Nathan the chance that he needed to farm up, pop that entropy, because he's another one, just like Poplar and Cooper, he's a turret melter.
He is a turret melter, but look at the CAG, bro. She's coming. Oh, no, that's not where you want to recall.
Yeah, Hanzo trying to chase down Fasa. She gets back to safety. There is a bit of action here. The bot laner's Ghost wants to make Duke the Ghost and send him back to the base. Royalty have full map control at this stage in the game.
Yeah. Well, this Grok's wall needs to come into clutch plays, bro. You need to be a bit patient because Grok's walls does take a minute or two, well, a few seconds to come back up. It's like 30 seconds before you have the availability on that wall. But yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Third and final turtle is up. Lafu just causing a bit of distraction. Jumps in with the Bravest Fighter trying to lock on to Kuro there, but it's Siren with the wraparound play on the CAG. Cursed Blood follows in here. Lafu was taken out of the equation, but it's a double kill going the way of Kagura. Hanzo on the chase as well. He should be able to pick up the Duke. He has no frog armor. He does manage to eliminate. It's a triple kill going the way of Kagura. And throughout all of this, Tanuki got that Poplar and Cooper. Yeah, full team wipe. He's just pushing to his heart's content.
What a matchup. What a matchup. It's at the 8-minute mark. The first Lord is spawning up. They left that turtle. And, well, Poplar and Cooper secures another turret in favor of the Royals.
Oh, nice block there coming in from Camilla. There just to keep the Poplar and Cooper alive. Hanzo in the mix. The damage is dealing with those basic attacks right now. Now Bulapo Bravest Fighter out to 3 with the CAG as a follow-up. Entropy committed by the Nathan to reposition, but CAG has the damage and the Cursed Blood from Kamala. Setting it up, it's a 2-for-1 exchange, and with the map control and the positioning, it could be time for the Lord as Hanzo's trying to chase this Fasa away.
Yeah, this Lord should go, well, in favor of the Royalty, definitely. They've got the opportunity here. They've got the advantage, and yeah, we will see this Lord going to them. This could be an early game end probability for them.
Yeah, the PCR will still be banking on the fact that they have the Holy Shields and they've got massive wave clear potential from the heroes on their side.
The wall once more
blocking the sun. So that is a Markspoon for Mage exchange. Lord making its way up the mid lane. The Holy Shield is still there, so PCR wouldn't be too stressed about it. And the Marksman is not present to capitalize on the second wave as of yet. They're not even allowing the Holy Shield to get popped. I think it will come down now. No, they saved they saved it. Oh my goodness.
What a beautiful...
That means the second wave in the mid lane. Yeah, the second wave in the mid lane is not going to make all that big of a difference.
No, it's not. But they did pop the Holy Shield in the bot lane. However, we do see Hanzo going with that ultimate form of him onto Farsa, and he does secure the kill. That's all 3 holy shields off.
Yeah, he didn't build all that much stacks up though. I needed a couple of more hits to get that full damage output, but it was enough for them. Oh, there's a Cursed Blood landing onto 3. As Kamala diving in, escapes with a sliver of HP, and this could be the opportunity to end. You've got 3 down. Faso will be back into the mix. Hanzo is trying to dive the backline. Oh, Fury uses that entropy very nicely. The Feathered Airstrike into the mix once more. Vengeance keeping Kamala alive. There's the possibility. There's 2 waves that's going to be crashing in at this moment in time. Though Nathan is still in the mix here. They have that angle to lock on Popple, and Cooper's not interested in anything except the base. And that's going to be game set match the royalty.
Taking this final match of the evening. And well, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the group stages for you. We'll have the scores sorted out for you by tomorrow morning latest, and we'll give you the results. We should actually have it done by tonight so that we can know who's going through, if it is a Perpetual Aces or Absolute Province. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us. Wait, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to cast and bring you these games. We're very appreciative of the love and support that we get on the stream. That's helped us get and grow to this particular stage in our lifespan of the channel. And we look forward to having you with us as we will be bringing more and more and more action in the future. It's actually Camilo picked up the MVP as well. We're just noticing that now.
Yeah. That was beautiful Cursed Bloods coming in there from, the captain of the royalty, bro. Camilla definitely doing a good job. Team Merlin picking up the MVP from the side of Buxia. And ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, right, we are going to have to say goodbye and good night. Stay tuned. Keep your eye out on the group chats. Thank you for watching. From the Waylander